Welcome to our lecture of biology. In this chapter, we will study about sports and movements in both plants and animals. In animal portions, we will study about sport and movement in details. You know that basic difference between plants and animal is their locomotions. Plants can't move from one place to another in search of food, in the search of shelters, but they show various type of movements with respect to gravity and with respect to light, with respect to chemicals. We will study about sports. What is the basic mechanism of sports in plants and what is the basic mechanism of sports in animals. Different type of cells involved in sport in plants and different type of cells and structures and organs that are helping in sport of animals. Then we will study about different type of movements shown by plants. Then we will study about different type of movement shown by animals. We will study about structures of movements and structure of sport in more details, like cartilage like bones, skeleton, joints, and muscles. We will study different type of movement allowed by invertebrate, vertebrates, and plants. Let's start our topic. You know the basic difference between plants and animals. They show various type of physical and chemical properties, and basic difference between plants and animal is their locomotions. Animals show movements, and plant don't show movements. Okay, plant do not show movement means that they cannot replace their position, they cannot left a position and go to some other position as we do. We search in a jobs, we move, we travel a lot, we travel from one place of the world to another place of the world, but plants can't do this. They are non-motile in this respect. Both plants and animals need sport. Both plants and animals show various type of movements. We will study focus on that sport and that type of movements shown by different type of plants. Various type of cells that have help and sportive in plants, like collenchyma cells in plants, which is very useful in the baby plants. They will give support to the baby plants. Actually, they are not as rigid at it that is sclerenchyma, or which is giving support in adult plants or mature plants. Because their legs secondary cell walls, collenchyma cells, the legs secondary cell wall, which is made of lignins, silica, waxes, and cutins. You know, in the chapter of cell and molecular biology and different function of the cells, you know that various type of structure. Cell wall, primary cell wall, and secondary cell wall, and secondary cell wall is the actual and mature cell wall, uh, and very hard, you know. And colony cells is basically the cells formed in baby plants and they support the baby plants, and sclerenchyma cells support the adult plants. What is the mechanism of this sport and this movement in animals? There are various muscles, there are various cartilages, bones that will support, that will help in movement of materials. And with the help of these movements and with the help of this type of muscles and these type of bones, we can move, we can hover, we can walk on the earth surface, we can enjoy, we can run, we can move toward the food, we can move away from the dangers. Not only we humans show movements, but other type of plants and other type of other type of animals also show movements, and they search for their shelter. They migrate from one site of their locality to other site of locality, all is because of their motion. And it is due to the motion and their locomotions, and it is due to the various type of structures that are helping, that are making them motile. And then we will study sport in plants. And we know that various type of plant structure, like plant stem, plant roots, And we know about stem. What is the basic purpose of stem, and what is the main sportive mechanism, more sportive organ of the stem is stem, and it support the plant and act as a supply line. It connect the leaves with roots, it connect the branches with the leaves, and also a supply line where it absorb a mineral from the ground and transfer to the leaves, and it transfer the food created by leaves toward other part of the plants. And so it also act as a supply line and also act as a support. What are the basic mechanisms and basic cells which are helping stem in its move in support for plant? Let's see. Now study parenchyma cells. That are type of cells that support plants. And parenchyma cells are found in epidermis, upper part of the cork, and cortex and pith. And all these type of parenchyma cells found in the epidermis, it is epidermis, and it is cork, and it is inner part which is pith. All of the parenchyma cells of all of these localities absorb water by osmosis. It is important point with respect to MCQs, because here MCQs are very important for MCAT, for NEET, and for many other exams for different type of jobs. And hydrostatic pressures called turbulent pressures, which is in which our vacuole is very important and most important for plants that has a large vacuoles. It will keep turbulent pressure keep rigid and resistant to bending. It will support from wind. It will support them from wind and other type of the mechanical forces that try to bend the plant. And turgidity is also necessary to make the plant fresh. If turgidity is lost, herbaceous stem will wilt. Simply, the target pressure is extremely important in maintaining the turgidity in plants. It make the strength, it make the plants, young plant actually straight uprights. Colony cells in cortex. Colony cells, that colony cells are the cells that are helping in baby plants. They are lignified. They have lignins. No, they are found in cortex, and they have no lignin, but highly lignified sclerenchyma cells in the xylem tissues give support to the plants. And these two type of cells, you know that it is for colonychyma cell is for baby plants, and lignified sclerenchyma cells is for adult plant with secondary cell wall. Most terrestrial plants, the major mechanical stress is imposed by wind. We know that wind is a major mechanical force that try to bend. If the plant material or plant stem is not so much supported, it may broken down the plants and send it to the down earth. So that the stem must be able to resist bending. Stem should be so strong that it should support the plants against the gravity, against the wind forces, against the forces of mechanical natures and mechanical forces of natures. And vascular bundle, that xylem are the tough mechanical bundles, and their strength is same as steel rods of similar diameters. It is steroid and it is our xylems. Both have same diameter and both have same strength. It has like a rods that are supporting a concrete, so it is very sportive material for plants. And they are in the form, they form in the rings. You know that in different years the pattern of growth is different. In summer the pattern of growth is different, and in spring pattern of growth is different. This differential type of the growth in different type of seasons produce rings in the xylem tissues, and these type of rings can be calculated to calculate the plant leaves. tough and inextensible. To perform the same function as steel rod to enforce the concrete we know. Then sunflowers. If we know talk about sunflower, then vascular bundles are strengthened additionally by other sclerenchyma fiber that form a bundle cap. It is sclerenchyma fibers bundles, our bundles, vascular bundles, and sclerenchyma fiber. Additional sclerenchyma fibers form bundle caps again. Is and these bundle caps support the plant material further, like sunflower. It is found in sunflowers, very battery. Loss of water, that for evaporative cooling, for transpirations, water is lost from the plants because of exosmosis. And if it is very high grade osmosis and it is at a high pace, it will cause the wilting of the plants. What is the basic mechanisms to maintain target pressure in how plants maintain target pressures? The basic mechanism here is that how it is generated. It is generated by osmotic pressure of vacuoles. You should know that. If you do not know, the membrane that bound the vacuole is called tonoplast. And what is the basic mechanism? Different type of salt, different type of ions are transported into the vacuole by active transport. When they are transported into the vacuoles by active transports, then osmotic pressures increase inside the vacuoles. Then water automatically moves into the vacuoles by osmosis and make them rigid and hard, and this rigidity is very helpful in supporting of the plant materials. So it is the basic mechanism behind how turgidity is provided by vacuoles and how plants are upright stature is maintained by vacuoles. Here are the basic type of pictures of different type of cells. Here is the parenchyma cells. Here is middle lamella. The membrane first to be formed between primary walls. It is formed between primary walls of neighboring cells. It is primary wall. Sorry, it is our middle lamella. It is primary wall. It is secondary wall. It is primary wall. It is secondary wall. One cells. It is primary wall and it is secondary wall of other cells, and then the membrane or the structure that is found in between these two cementing materials act as cementing material is actually a middle lamella. You should know it better, and we will also know it in the chapter of cells. And here are the intracellular spaces that are empty. Here is the vacuoles, here is cytoplasms. Then we will talk about parenchyma cells. Parenchymatous cells, colonychymate cell in the transverse section. You know that it is very important for baby plant. Here is thickened plant and cellulose cells walls. Then we'll talk about sclerenchyma cells. It is like a single fibrous sclerenchyma cells. Here is the lignified cells. Here is sclerenchyma scleroid cells. Here is sclerenchyma fibrous cells. And there are also other type of sclerenchyma cells. Many types. If we know detail about sclerenchyma cells, they are thick. They have secondary cell walls impregnated with lignin, organic substrate that make the walls tough and hard. You know that it is very hard. It's used to support the adult plants. Most of the sclerenchyma cells are non-living. It is very important information. Most of the sclerenchyma cells are non-living. Their primary function is very important, support to the plant. Actually adult plants, it is in the full form of the cells because of the secondary cell walls. Here are the three different type of the sclerenchyma cells. What are these? Fibers are also called tracheids. They are long, cylindrical. They may exist as solid bundles in xylem or bundle caps. You know that bundle caps which are found in the sunflower plants. or solid bundles, that bundle of xylems that is as much hard as a steel rod which is supporting a cement, and here our xylem which is as much as hard which is supporting our the stem of the plant. Then we'll come to the sclerides. Sclerides are the second type of the scleral and camel cells that are short fibers and found in the seed coats and nut shells and protections. It is very important for MCQ's point of view that where a particular type of cell is found and where it finally can ask you an MCQ's type of questions, you know. Then third type of these cells are the tracheal or vessel cells, long tubular structures joined end to end to form long water conducting filaments. You know that it is a branching type of cell of scleroderma.